Hey guys, finally he sleeps here. We're back in the shop today and we're gonna take a look at the Honda Civic. And the plan is to roll the fenders. And, well, actually the fenders are already rolled, but we're gonna take a look at how you go about it, what tools you need, and show exactly how it's done and why you would ever want to roll your fenders. Make sure you subscribe here though, that way you never miss when any of these videos go live. Appreciate you guys hanging out here on the new GearHeads channel. Subscribing is free and it does make a huge difference here as we continue to build this, as it breaks off from my main channel on YouTube. All right, so this is an Eastwood Fender Roller, and the way this thing works is it basically attaches to the drum on your car, and then this nylon wheel is pressed against the lip inside your fender and it rolls it up. So it basically loses the angle, so that way your wheel or the lip on your wheel doesn't hit the edge. It just presses it up. And you do it all by hand. You just roll it back and forth and it presses it in. These are relatively inexpensive. And it just continues to adjust. You basically mount it and then you get it to where you can adjust the angle here. You can loosen it and pull this out. So it works kind of universally on most cars and most setups. And obviously the lug pattern, it will work on 4-lug, 5-lug, whatever you have. And you just use your lug nuts to secure it in place. So link to what this is, it will be in the description. There's several brands that make them. The Eastwood is, in my opinion, the best and the longest lasting. It has worked for us. We've had this one, I don't know, 4 or 5 years and have never had any issues with it. Eventually, you'll have to replace the roller if you don't replace the whole thing. But for us, we use it quite a bit. Many cars have gone through the fender rolling process. So the question is, why would you want to roll the lip of the fender up? So as you can see here, the fender, it's squared out. So the way your car works is the fender rolls back 90 degrees. So there creates a gap there of, this is just about 3/4 of an inch. And if you want your fitment, let's say you have a larger set of wheels, like those monstrosities that you're trying to fit up in there, the edge here may need to come back. So instead of an inch out, we're pushing it up so that the larger tire and wheel setup can fit. So that's one of the main reasons that you end up rolling a fender. Now, besides pushing this lip up and rolling it up so that it's kind of a smooth edge here, you can actually pull the entire fender out if you continue to push. You need a lot of heat to be able to do that, and it does make a big difference. It's not necessarily a wide body, but if you look down, you can pull this fender out probably close to an inch without cracking the paint if you go slow enough to be able to fit a wider wheel into it. You'll also have to, depending on what you're doing, you may have to cut the plastic. So we're going to have to actually cut and trim some of the plastic here. And then he says he's done, but I think we're going to have to clean this up as well. I mean, obviously there's some body work. This is a 26-year-old car that they're trying to build with a bunch of camber. I think it's -10 degrees right now. The front's not finished, but you can see the fitment in the front with the front end raised. So that's what we're looking for. All right, normally I would put together a quick video on how to do this, but there's been a lot going on here. My other son's shop, I've been helping out there with vinyl wrapping, and then the Twitch channel and the other YouTube channels. And so my son, my 18-year-old, said he was just going to go ahead and roll the fender and videotape it for me so that I could make a video afterward, which is fantastic. Appreciate it. But he went ahead and did voiceovers while he was doing it, and said, you can dub it over with your own stuff when you're done. But he was pretty spot on. So pretty proud of him. That's what you're gonna see. This is my son rolling the fenders to be able to put a video together for the channel here on the Honda.
All right, so if you're gonna wanna roll your fenders, the way you're gonna wanna do it, basically this inner liner right here, you're gonna wanna make that flat. So when you set it up, fender roller, each of these holes obviously goes where your lug nuts go. And this will line up onto this, so that way you can make that push up against it flat. This is what it should look like when it's set up. Obviously you'll have your lug nuts in on here, which will hold it in place, but that's where that's gonna be, and it's gonna push against that. Now, when you do this, you're gonna need a lot of heat. So when I do this normally, I'll take a heat gun and I will sit here and just hit this and this for about 5 minutes until it's hot to the touch. And then I'll start, and then it's already preheated, so then you can just continue to heat it while you roll it at the same time. While I heat this up, I can just kind of explain to you what you need to do. If you're in a case like I am and your car is too low to where the fender roller will not reach the fender and it's too high, I dropped my trailing arm and I have it rested on a jack right now, and it works just fine. That way you don't have to raise your car 4 inches just to roll your fenders, but that's how that'll work. Another thing to take into consideration when you're doing this, make sure that you're not pulling too much and you do take your time. This is a very slow process. It will take you a long time. Just make sure that you're not going too far, because you will get to a point where the fender will start to pull. So this part will start to push out, and if you don't want it to get pulled, then it's going to mess up your fitment, and obviously you don't want that. So just make sure you're going slow and taking your time. If you only need to pull them, or roll them, I mean, then just roll them. But if you need to pull them, then by all means, go crazy. Just be patient. Another thing I forgot to mention, I just now remembered, make sure that your car is in gear, but your e-brake is off. That way you can rotate this rear drum. But this is literally all you're going to do. It's a little bit hard for me to do it, but it's just enough to where I know I'm not going to end up causing bubbles and dimples. So it's a slow process, but this is all there is to it. Just once you get to a certain point, like right now it's already getting a little bit easy, I'll rotate it counterclockwise and tighten it a little bit more. And just keep on going. And this is all you're doing. Okay, I'm kind of nearing the end of rolling this side. As you can see, it's getting there to being flush. I think this honestly may be all I need though. But another thing to mention, see, this car's old and I don't really care because I'm just gonna sand it all off. Make sure you are going slow or you will crack your paint. As you can see, it kind of is already right here. I don't really care. I'm just gonna sand this car down the line anyway. So if you got a newer car, you might want to take a little precaution and go extra slow. Make sure you're always applying heat, always going slow, and you can get it folded up just like that. See if that works. Yeah, I think that was all I needed, was just roll it a little bit. But yeah, as you can see, it's up there, rolled, and that's how you roll a fender.
That's it. That was how to roll fenders. It's a time-consuming process because you have to keep heating it. You have to make sure that your fenders is warm to the touch the whole time. Otherwise, you can crack the paint. We're not too concerned on this one. The body work and everything hasn't yet begun to try to tighten this up, and it's going to end up with a wrap anyway. But Yeah, just a little interjection here. It's nice to have, you know, I've been doing this in the garage with my boys. My oldest is 22, so I've been doing this with them, building cars since my oldest was 2-3 years old. He's been out here with me, and they have taken the reins and have proven themselves to no longer need my assistance as dad. And that's kind of, you know, it's two-edged sword. I love helping, but I'm kind of missing out. I think I helped them too much, and now I'm coming in after the fact. What the hell is up with that? Seriously. That's it. I'm FinallyHeSleeps. Appreciate you guys, and thanks a lot to my son for helping make this video. Actually, he made the video. Appreciate you guys supporting the channel. Thanks for watching the video. If you're looking for more car related content, make sure you subscribe here on the GearHeads channel. If you're looking for video game stuff, we've divided YouTube up into 4 different channels. Over there, you'll see the link for FC Mobile, Raid Shadow Legends, and then GearHeads for a few laughs. It's basically where we make fun of the alpha male.